We have a little bit of a problem in our house. I have a 3-year-old daughter named Sophia who does not have a bed. She moved out of her crib that was taken over by the baby, and now she's sort of like sleeping on the living room sofa. That's a pretty big problem. So the other day I was walking by a mall, and I noticed that there was like a really nice, really fancy bed store there. So I just sort of like went in to sort of look around and see what the options were, and the amazing thing, it was like a really, really magical place. Like you walk around this place and just everything's all pastels with like stuffed animals and like animal decals on the beds and all these like curtains overflowing over the beds. It's so beautiful. It's like this magical kingdom of childhood, you know? And so I spoke with even though like this place is way out of our price range, but I went to the sales lady and I said, do you have any beds like that open up for 4 children, which would mean we would have some sort of solution for Sophia, and she said, sure, right over here, and she showed me this bed. Can you see this? Can you see how cute those kids are? And do you see this? Do you see the curtain there, the beautiful curtain? And the stuffed animals and the happy children and the beautiful, and then like the thing to measure height right there and the nice carpet and the green and blue color scheme. It was like, I like saw this and I was like, okay, it's for the low price of 3,500 shekels, but I need this. That's almost $1,000, by the way, if you live in America. I need this bed. I need this childhood for my children. I need that. I need the home that a bed like this would be in. I need the pixie dust. That this bed would bring to my home and to my life. Okay. So I brought it home. I thought, well, this will be like a hard sell to like get this, like to convince my husband, but I'm gonna try. I need this bed. Like I need this bed in my house. This would make like a magical childhood for my children, a magical life for me, for this Jewish mom. If only I had this bed. So before I even showed it to my husband, I never showed this to my husband. I showed it to my daughter Hadass, who's 15. And so Hadass looked at the picture, and she said, Ima, if we got the bed, within a few days, maybe for like the first day or two, it would look like this. But after like 2, 3, 4 days, it would look just like the bunk bed that we have now, which is all messy and and like clothes, all on the floor and the dolls on the floor and everything sort of a topsy-turvy and whatever. It would look just like within 3 or 4 days, it would look like the Weisberg home. It wouldn't look like this magical pixie dust kind of bunk bed. And she was right. A few days ago, I have a friend who lives in the neighborhood, and her sons, she has 7 boys, Bli and Hara, and she just had actually her first daughter a few months ago, Mazal Tov, and her boys go to school together with my Yoel, the new school that he's attending for first grade that I've written about a lot on the blog. So she was taking him to school. She was going to be driving Yoel to school on his second day of school. So I walked Yoel over to that house, and I haven't been there for a few years. Her family has grown a lot, as I mentioned, since I was last in her home. And it's a very nice home. But you walk in. It was 7:30 in the morning, and she's there. She's surrounded by her boys, and in the middle of it is this mother, is this Jewish mom. And there was such a special feeling in this house. The kids were, I'm sure that they fight, and I'm sure that they're rambunctious, and I'm sure that they're like boys usually are. But just right then, they were just sort of like, there was just like this content, calm feeling in the house. And the center of it was this Jewish mom who just like she just gave off this sort of energy of being calm and happy at that moment, just happy in her life as a mom. And I realized, like I could buy that bunk bed and I could buy a lot of things. And I could spend thousands and thousands of dollars, but the only pixie dust, the only real pixie dust that exists in a home is that. It's a Jewish mom who's happy to be a Jewish mom. There's no other pixie dust available. So how do we do it? Like I think a lot of us are at the end of summer vacation. A lot of us, I think, have had a hard have had a hard summer vacation with our kids. It's been difficult, and we felt angry with them, and we felt overwhelmed and tired, and I was waiting for them to go back to school. So how do we do this? How do we? It seems almost unachievable. It seems almost impossible to be with all of the pressures upon us, and all of these kids, and all of the responsibilities that we have, and all the hats that we have to wear. Not only this hat, all the hats we have to wear in our lives. How do we stay happy? And I think quite often of something I read, Harav Aviner, Rabbi Shlomo Aviner of Beit El. So he said that for a woman to be happy, for a mother to be happy, it's a milchama. It's a war. It's a war. And just like when you go to war, like you have to use all sorts of to win a war, you have to use all sorts of weapons. So we Jewish moms have to use all sorts of weapons. We have to work so hard to win this war, against frustration and depression and sadness and exhaustion and and anger and even boredom, all the different feelings that a mother could possibly feel. It's a war. It's a war to be a happy mom. To be a happy mom, like that mom sitting in the middle of like her 7 boys and her infant baby girl. It's a war. So what are the weapons that we use in the war? There's a bunch of them. Probably a lot of them that you know about. It's things that we know about, but do we actually use them? A lot of them, it's hard to actually, really get ourselves together and use these weapons. Weapons are, good sleep, good nutrition, spending time and investing in ourselves. For some women it's getting a job. For some women it's quitting a job. For some women it's getting therapy, going to seek out like alternative treatments to deal with anxiety or deal with different issues that you're having. Spending fun time with your kids, doing different things to help yourself to be a happy mom. It's like a non-stop war. But it's the only solution. If you want to have that magical pixie dust in your home, you can't use your credit card to get it. The only thing you can do is work on yourself to be a happy mom. So I want to bless all of us Jewish moms. The school year starting, sending our kids off. I want to wish all of these kids so much success and so much blessing in this coming year, and also all of us that we should really be able to win this war. And I think that we can. And bless all of you Jewish moms with an amazing week.